this video, I'm gonna talk about the love story between me and the stairs. Actually, this is a re-upload of the previous video because I just had upgrade my graphics settings through updating its software. I think a few friends kind of advised me, and I didn't do it back then because there were a lot of things happening, going overseas and things. But since I had the time, I finished it today. Hopefully, I can get this video out today. If not, then voila, sometime. And yes, let's continue on with the story, shall we? When I was young and in preschool, we had maths and languages upstairs. I could be mistaken because I was young, but there was some long, high stairway. Okay, consider me being a small pudding, right, in front of a huge flight of stairs. That's kind of scary, right? So, normally after class, if you had cleaned up your table and packed your bags quick enough, then you'll be the first one to line up. And it was such a competition, like people would go crazy to get first in the line. But one day I just so happened to have the front seat at the edge and was in a good position to head out the door first. And so I did. And I should have took more time because that was the worst decision I made at that age. That will be all today, children. Class is dismissed for today. Thank you, Mrs. Ping. Why is Pudding Son first in line? At this point, I was having like class issue at the time, and I already know that people know I'm just generally slow physically. So when I was first in line, some people would look at me because they didn't know how fast I would be on the stairs. Regardless, I looked at the boy and I didn't say it, or in my head, I said, "You've got a problem? If you want to say it straight in my face." But I didn't say, I give him the glare. Okay, let's say the glare at the time. I don't know how I did the glare when I was that young, but I should gave a face or what, because he turned behind and then he go and ask the other friends, like, "Hey, you're coming over to my house, right?" And then I just think, oh, so jalat one. Right, so I'm at the edge of the stairs, right? And I was thinking, I was doing mathematics calculation. I also don't know what I also, either way, I was trying to find the quickest way of getting down the stairs, right? But the problem was, I only knew how to do one type of going down the stairs technique. And at that time, that was 2 feet for a step at a time, right? So after that, it was 5 seconds later, right? The boy behind me got so impatient, and then he like cut through in front of me, and he turned around and he stopped the whole line, and he was like, "You do like that so slow. Might as well do like this, it's faster. Such a slow poke. No wonder you're so thick." He didn't say thick, he said a word similar to thick, but that's nothing to draw on too much. But back to the story, right? The next day I tried to do what the boy did, and it was such a great opportunity to do that on the way to my father's car. In my hometown, I live at an apartment complex, so the car park was like underneath. So to get there, there was lift to go down to the ground floor. But then to go into the car park, right? I don't know if they have lift or not, but I remember every single morning, me and my father took the stairs. So I automatically knew that was it. That was my training ground. So right, again, I was at the edge of the stairs. I looked down at the steps and I tried to do 1 feet for one step at a time. Right, so one was okay, two was okay, three, probably not. I somehow misguided my foot and I fell down. And then my father turned around and looked down. He was like, "What are you doing?" And then I looked at him, right, trying not to cry. I don't think I cried. I was trying to go down the stairs faster because someone said I was too slow. So now I want to learn how to do one step, one foot kind of technique. And then at the end, that's how I learned the one foot, one step bangkai. You thought it would end there? No! If it ended there, I won't even make it this video. So then we go to primary school now, okay? So this primary school I went to back in my hometown, um, it's a lot of stairs. I don't know whoever constructed the school, right? I don't know if the school principal or the architect was like, okay, kids need to be fit and healthy and they need to just look like, it's a busy place, thriving with successful students. Let's just give a lot of stairs to the school. And they gave a heck lot of stairs to the school. Like, well, teachers have it some sort of easy. I mean, there was like one lift in the whole area. I don't know what that lift is used for, but most of it was stairs, right? So let me just draw a map for you, and then you can see how many flights of stairs I had to go up and down every single day, right? Just to get on my tuition bus, which is after school. The other thing was 80% of those students were rolling their wheelie bags. If you don't know what wheelie bags look like, this is what it looks like. It's basically a luggage, but it's not luggage, it's suited for school. Um, because you know why? Nobody wants to carry all the textbook, workbooks, and notebooks on their growing bodies and small shoulders. So trolley bags are good. And they look way much cooler anyway. Now imagine when it's time to head home. Yeah, smells like a disaster to me. One time, I accidentally hurt one of my classmates' feet because I somehow rolled over his feet and he sat there on the stairs crying and holding his feet. I remember I apologized and tried to help him, but he wasn't too nice about it. He shouted and yelled that I'm the worst and etc. Plus, he wasn't nice to me in class, anyways. So I was like, I have a bus to catch, and since you are just sitting there and refusing my help, I'm leaving. So I left him there. And at this stage, right, you think that when we go and see houses, we would all agree on single story houses, right? No, we still have. I don't know what it was, but me and my sister kind of find house with stairs were cool. The first house in Australia, it has stairs, right? The second house, rental house, it also has stairs. And then now, currently, you think after all that stairs we've been through, this one is not that bad. But no, I'm lazy. When there's something downstairs, I'm like, no, I don't want to get it. I'll get it later. And sometimes I never get it. I forgot or takes me ages to go down. It's because the stairs, right? They're supposed to make you fit. They're supposed to make you active. But it just makes me more lazy. So I'll share with you a very interesting story, right? It was a bad summer one year. And I remember I was off to a few days field trip with my dad because my school had this competition program for certain kids who participate, and I was one of them. And because of that, we had to take the car to ride to that place. And at the time, we only had one car. So my mom and sister had to take the bus because of that one car. And once they got off that bus, they went to the milk bar and they brought ice cream because it was that warm and the sun was out. It was killing it. And they were eating on the way home. Once they climbed to the top, because actually there's a flight of stairs to get to the front door. This is the second rental house I'm in. Once they got to the top, right, and when my mom just click open the front door of a house, plop, my sister ice cream fell on the floor, and she was so upset looking at that left ice cream just melting to the ground. But in all seriousness, let's take a moment to appreciate the stairs. They are one of the kind that pushes you to exercise in some shape or form. So, yes, thank you, stairs. My love story between you was not smooth, but I can tell we are going to have a lot more of these adventures together in the future.